호주 멜번에는 한국 전쟁과 관련해 우리에게 특별한 의미를 주는 것들이 많습니다. 우선 시내 도메인 공원에 우뚝 서서 평화수호의 상징이 되고 있는 전쟁 기념관 Shrine of Remembrance를 손꼽을 수 있으며, 그 다음으로는 마리비농 쿼리 공원에 위치한 멜번 한국전 참전 기념비가 있습니다. 그리고 그 참전 기념비의 뿌리가 되어준 KVAA, Korea Veterans Association of Australia, 호주 한국전 참전 용사회야말로 우리 한국인들에게 참으로 소중한 존재입니다. 세계 평화와 민주주의 수호를 위해 머나먼 한국 땅으로 달려갔던 호주 한국전 참전 용사들, 바로 우리의 영원한 영웅들입니다.
19 years of age. No, very little. 1952 I was called up to do national service training. After I'd completed my training, I decided I'd join the regular army. So in 1953 I joined the regular army. And when I first fronted the allocation officer, he told me I was going to Korea. Well, we left, after I got to Japan, we did our training, and then I left Japan by boat to go to Busan. Busan up to Seoul by train. The train was full of bullet holes, which was very uncomfortable for me as a young fella. When I got off the train at Seoul, I was picked up by truck and taken to 3 Battalion, where I was posted to A Company, 3 Battalion. Well, with 3 Battalion it was mainly patrolling, clearing hilltops, mountaintops, all that sort of thing. And when 3 Battalion came home, I was posted over to 1 Battalion, A Company, where then I spent time up in the DMZ, patrolling, particularly along the fence, the border, and tower duty, spying on the enemy. I didn't have much to do with because of the situation at the time, because we were still a bit dicky, but I was lucky enough when A Company chose me to go down and spend a day at the Seoul orphanage. I spent the day with the children and I had lunch with them, and that's where I met the first Korean human adult and the Salvation Army bloke running the orphanage. It was a great day, one I'll always remember. Yes, I found the summer very hot, but the winter was most severe because of snow, frost, ice, rivers freezing. Very most unpleasant for us Australian people, I tell you, because we'd never exampled anything like that before.
The scorching hot and bitter cold. It was extreme weather that none of Australia's Korean War veterans had ever experienced. Fierce battles caused them even more fear and pain. They could only look forward to a ceasefire and the restoration of peace, the hope of returning home to reunite with their families here. The Korean War Memorial in Melbourne was opened in 2019 with support from the governments of the Republic of Korea and Victoria. Members of the Korean community also contributed in order to pay tribute to our war veterans. Following the outbreak of the Korean War on the 25th of June in 1950, Australia became the second nation behind the United States to commit personnel from all 3 armed services to the war. Over 17,000 diggers served in Korea during the Korean War, and 340 tragically died. Australian Korean War veterans can be incredibly proud of their devotion and sacrifices as they see today's Republic of Korea, a world leader in freedom and peace.
Well, I must admit I'm a bit disappointed after all this time that I don't know who was at fault, who wouldn't sign the peace treaty, but I dare say it'd be North. But yes, well, I must admit I've been back to Korea 3 times, I think it is. The 4th time I won't talk about because I got locked up. But the other 3 times I was amazed at the progress that the Korean people had made in the reforming of South Korea. It was absolutely wonderful, and I was very, very happy to be able to go back and have a look. Thank you.